Now, his Indian maestro Baluji is back in London as a highlight of an extensive UK tour of his Inner Vision Orchestra, bringing together 10 incredible musicians from around the world who just happen to be blind. Their uplifting music moves between songs from Iran, Lebanon, Afghanistan, India, Nigeria, to soulful gospel and blues, to sublime Indian ragas. And thank you both of you for joining us on BBC London 94.9. Let's start off with yourself then, Baluji. Great to have you back in the studio.
Hello everybody, thank you very much. Hello Sunny and Shay.
Hello.
So tell us then, Baluji, where are you next going to be performing in London?
The next one is on Friday the 23rd of August, King's Place, which is off the York Way, in York Way somewhere.
Okay.
Near the Guardian's office.
Oh, fantastic.
And yeah, 8 o'clock is the show. So please do come and help us.
Now, you are no stranger to our show. You've come regularly. Every time you come, you bring us sunshine into our lives. But
that's really kind of
you. And we've talked about your orchestra and how you put these amazing these musicians together. How much time do you actually spend, you know, organising and, you know, rehearsing? How much time does it actually take for you to do this?
Well, now we don't have to do any rehearsal or anything because we have done 4 or 5 shows before.
Right.
So of these 9 shows, but before that we have done 7 shows in London already. So we know all the pieces. So it's not that difficult, but difficult to put the all visually impaired people or optically challenged or excited musicians together.
Yeah.
And Victoria, tell us about how you got involved with this project.
I actually was attending a workshop program at the RNIB 2 years ago, and I met Balu and Linda, and they asked me, they said they were trying to form an orchestra of visually impaired musicians, and they asked if I'd be interested, that we could all bring pieces from our various countries.
So please tell us, what country are you from, and what is the piece you bought from your country?
I'm from Nigeria, and the piece I actually brought is something that I wrote in a moment of meditation called Tamino Korinama, which is, it means God's work is awesome. And I wrote it in my mother tongue, which is Kalabari, and it's got a piano accompaniment, and that's the song I brought to it.
And what is the and what instrument do you use? Do you use the piano, or what was your preferred instrument?
Voice.
Voice.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a vocalist.
I'm a soprano.
A soprano.
Yes.
See, I didn't even know. See, this is where my my lack of talent or my lack of knowledge when it comes down to. So, what is a soprano? What is a soprano? Because if I say soprano, I just think of gangsters in New York again.
Oh my goodness.
You know when we're talking about the Sopranos, it's a program.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Yes. No, they don't. Sopranos usually get the melody line in most of the songs if they're singing in a choir. They sing the highest voice in the choir. I mean, I could go further into describing how many different fachs, which is what they call it in classical music.
Right.
There are different types of sopranos. I'm classed as a lyrical soprano.
Brilliant. We've got a lyrical soprano in the studio. Baluji, I wanted to ask.
Yeah, she doesn't carry any instrument, but she carries the whole show.
Wow. So in turn, she's actually carrying all of you guys.
Yeah, exactly. She does.
They carry me.
It's nice that you're carrying each other, but I can see what Baluji is saying. And are we going to get something live in the studio today? Because he always spoils us. I'm so happy. So
I'm ready to spoil. Yeah, I'm very pleased to spoil everybody.
Okay, so what we'll do is we might as well spoil people before we go to the travel.
Sure, why not?
Right. So this is live in the studio on BBC London 94.9 with Baluji and our soprano. Is that right?
Victoria.
A soprano, the Victoria. Is that good? Does that work?
That's perfect.
Brilliant. Okay, I'm so happy. Okay, whenever you're ready, it's all yours.
Okay.
Okay, we are going to sing an Indian song together. Hopefully it will work. तुम पास आए यूं मुस्कुराए तुम पास आए यूं मुस्कुराए तुमने न जाने क्या सपने दिखाए अब तो मेरा दिल जागे ना सोता है क्या करूँ हाय कुछ कुछ होता है क्या करूँ हाय कुछ कुछ होता है
तुम पास आए यूं मुस्कुराए तुमने न जाने क्या सपने दिखाए अब तो मेरा दिल जाके न सोता है क्या करूँ हाय कुछ कुछ होता है क्या करूँ हाय कुछ कुछ होता है
ना जाने कैसा एहसास है बुझती नहीं है क्या प्यास है
मुझको सनम चाहने लगा
कोई न जाने क्यों चैन खोता है क्या करूँ हाय कुछ कुछ होता है क्या करूँ हाय कुछ कुछ होता है
Wow, I'm telling you,
How beautiful!
and that is one of my favourite tracks of all time, from one of my favourite films of all of time, is Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
I need to ask Victoria, you're an
I was
opera
just
singer.
gonna ask the same thing.
And Sunny's so music, he doesn't know what to say next, but I mean, because we were so taken back by your stunning voice, and we were very lucky to have Baluji in the studio many times, and we've fallen in love with his music. But Victoria, how is it for you to learn Hindi and then to sing Hindi?
I love it. When I was at RNIB New College doing my A-levels, my best friend was a girl from Pakistan, and she actually taught me Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
No
Wow.
way.
Yeah, and I thought it was a really beautiful song. And I've grown up in such a diverse culture, being from Nigeria, and I'm used to learning songs in many languages. So when I did start my classical training, I did make it clear to my teachers that I didn't want to lose my original voice, because opera was a style of singing. I didn't want that to be my only voice.
Yeah.
So I can switch to other things when I want to.
How
That
beautiful is that?
I'm telling you, we're going to come back and we're going to play from a new CD. We're going to play a track from a new CD, or All Angels. Is that right?
All Angels, yes. So we'll make sure that we do that. But we'll also talk a little bit more and find out what's happening with...
That's not All Angels. We're going to come back and tell you what track we're going to play after you played it. But right now, let's go to the travel.
So you've got it wrong. Well done, Sunny. You got confused with the
This is the CD that was going to...
Okay, because you're enjoying the music. But what I want to find out as well after the travel, get some more information, because you've already done a few dates of concerts. So we will find out where the next couple of dates are. So if you're in London, then you can go and see Victoria and Baluji. Right now, though, we're going to go to the travel on BBC London 94.9. We Love You. That was recorded live from the Inner Vision Orchestra tour, the national tour, which started on the 14th of June. It's going up until the 12th of October. What a beautiful voice. We have that woman in the studio. The singer is Victoria Oruwari, and also sung with Ricky Jordelko as well. Now, if you're just tuning in to BBC London 94.9, we have in the studio with us Victoria, and stunning voice that you just heard there. She's an opera singer, and she's performing alongside Baluji for the Inner Vision Orchestra. So thank you so much for staying with us. And we heard your voice live in the studio earlier on before we went to the travel as well, Victoria. How has the tour been so far? Because it started in June. How has the national tour been so far for you?
It's been great fun going to all these different venues and dealing with the sound technicians, getting everybody sorted out, and it was actually a good time to get to know all the members of the orchestra really well, because we're spending an extended period of time together, and we seem to work a lot better now because there's more time to improvise, because most of the show, well, not most of the show, but most of the pieces are improvised.
Wow.
And
what do you expect from Indian?
Yeah, exactly.
Very good point, Baluji. We can be very spontaneous. So,
Yes.
and throughout the show, Baluji, the first hour specifically, we were talking about role models. I just wanted to ask actually, and thought it would be quite nice to tie in your perspective growing up. Did you have role models that you looked up to musically, or perhaps within the family?
Actually, I was doing this since childhood. I was when I was in blind school, I was raising funds for the school, and we were playing orchestra. And so I thought all blind people should get together. But London, being a very lucky city, that it has got all kinds of musicians from all over the world. So I would call it Inner Vision London International.
I like that, Inner Vision London. What about yourself, Victoria? Do you? I mean, it's really inspirational, I have to say, the type of work that you're doing for individuals to come out and see you performing live, and as you say, it's all there in that moment. You can't reenact that. And growing up, did you have role models? I would say for myself, you're definitely role models.
Oh, thank you. I wanted to be like Julie Andrews.
Wow.
Because she just captured me from when I was a child. And I remember, because I was sighted until I was 7, she had this beautiful smile when she was singing. And it was as if she was trying to conjure some, like you could give her this tambourine and she could turn it into a fairy princess. And there was just this amazing power she has when she sings. And I said to myself, when I grow up, I want to be like her, because she sang everything, both classical and a bit of jazz and a bit of everything. So.
And you know, when you get part of an orchestra like this, and I think it's the freedom to express yourself and just to be free.
Yes.
How do you feel? Do you feel more liberated when you're free to just sort of like go off, off the page?
Yes and no.
Okay.
If you've been taught how to do things a certain way,
right,
you're kind of safer when you're doing what you know.
Right.
It's like being thrown somewhere and asked to make a speech. That's what improvising is like. But you have to kind of learn to listen and react to what you listen to. And I must say, a lot of classical music is that same reaction, but you're taught to react to it a certain way.
Right.
But with this, you can just conjure up your own concoction and throw it into the blend like a cauldron and see what happens.
And Baluji, when people throw things into the cauldron, how does it make you feel as you stir the cauldron?
I just love it. I just love the challenge.
Because that was recorded live. The song that we just heard, we've recorded live at the actual one of the concerts. So is this is obviously got a different sound to the evening. How does it start off? Does it start off with classical and finishes, or do you just make it up on the day?
No. It starts with I start with a prayer.
Right.
And then we go into different songs. We have got set worked out.
Right.
The reason is that this show is without conductor.
Okay.
So everybody tells their piece, what they're going to play and what they're going to sing.
Okay.
And in order to do that, they have to know their numbers, their order. So I don't have to tell them anything, and one after another, they come and just tell their piece, and they play and they sing.
And you've got
so that gives me an opportunity. Also, this Inner Vision group, I chose because I don't have to do anything, no composing.
Less work. You get paid for nothing.
Yes,
exactly. Turn up.
I think you're very humble, Baluji.
I think so too.
Absolutely. If someone was listening to BBC London 94.9 now, I mean, the sitar itself, it's a beautiful instrument, what a difficult one, but to learn how to play that without vision, I can't even imagine how it must be. But what would you say to someone, Baluji, who has faced obstacles, whether it is, with vision or difficulty in other aspects? What would you say to them in terms of trying to move forward?
Music is not to be seen, it's to be heard. You hear the music, you take the instrument, you play like children, and you learn something, you play something.
That's brilliant. So these concerts are going to go on now, and we have a website as well, do we, Shay?
Yes, we certainly do. If you want more information, you can go to baluji.com or balujimusicfoundation.org. Victoria, if someone wants to follow you, are you on Twitter or do you have a website?
I'm on Twitter and I'm Victoria Vivace, and my website is www.victoriaoruwari.com.
How do you spell Oruwari?
Oruwari.
Thank you so much, both of you, for coming in. There's not much time left. I mean, the national tour finishes on the 12th of October, so we urge a lot of people to go. And just finally, Baluji, the next performance is happening next week. Just give us that information again.
It's next Friday, 23rd of August at 8 o'clock at King's Place at York Way, and it's next to Guardian's office, and it's a wonderful place. Do come and enjoy yourself, because when you sit in the cafe there, you feel like you're in a different country.
Oh,
It's
I
a
like the
lovely
idea
place.
of that. Thank you so much.
And it's right behind King's Cross Station. So
Oh, perfect.
You can't miss it.
Exactly.
You can't
And if
miss
you
it.
want more information about King's Place, just go to their website. It's all the w's.kingsplace.co.uk. Big thank you again to Victoria and also to Baluji and all of our guests tonight. If you missed out on the show, you want to listen back, you can. It's bbc.co.uk/Sunny and Shay.
And also you can go onto Twitter at Sunny and Shay and follow us through the whole week, what we're up to, what we're doing, and also on Facebook, Sunny Shay on the BBC.
And big thank you to you and everybody who is listening.
Thank
Right,
you so
thank you
much,
so much,
Baluji.
Thank you, Princess.
Dotun, thank you very much for coming in. Dotto Adebayo is going to be on straight after us at 8 o'clock. We thought we'd leave you with some more music as well.
I wanna say to you, it's been real good fun playing for you. We love you. We love you. We love you. Yeah, 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 yeah. And over to you, Victoria.
It's been great to be here, and we shall miss you when we're gone. So we want to say thank you for
It's
having
the
us.
final time. I'm gonna play this to you. You've been lovely to us, yeah. I wanna say that we love you. I wanna say that we love you.